guys, into another SEA Games group stage replay. This time, it's gonna be a ZVP Philippines versus Malaysia in this setup. So let's introduce our players. Here on the bottom right of Simulacrum is gonna be that red Protoss Kun or Malaysia's Ranger. In the meantime, on the top left, here on that blue Zerg, it is gonna be the Philippine scene. Oh, NUKS PH, NUKS naman. This guy really giving in the gusto on the blue Zerg. So Simulacrum, this map, I feel very Zerg favored in the middle line. It really is a little bit of that Acropolis flavor in terms of the previous ladder experience. Second, third base, pretty safe on that high ground, but into the fourth and beyond, gonna be very dangerous waters. Even this low ground expansion here, a little dangerous to easily get swarmed out by the Zerg. And all this open area, open space here for the Zerg is very useful to them to transition in, out, and around of the fights. The movement to the other base as well, not the longest, but here we go already with Kun sending in that scouting probe, trying to see what his opponent is up to. Hatch first is the answer. It's hatch first, meaning all about that macro game, all about getting more resources, playing into the early mid game basically. 2 base, Roaches, Ravagers, Banelings gonna be so good on that hatch deck into lair, maybe transition safely into that third base scenario, and the Zerg can really branch out easily from there. So no cheeky stuff, no cheesy antics. Pretty standard play here from Santos. In the meantime, Kun realizing this, sees the hatchery first, decides, okay, wall on the outside into the natural. Pretty easy here on Simulacrum. We'll be deciding to have a little bit of that space there for the Zealot or the Adept to get in position with the hold. And the Nexus coming online for the Protoss as well. So more or less pretty even here on both sides. Interesting that it is gonna be Kun with the probe advantage. But in this instance, he did get a little bit of that supply block. Couldn't pump out the early Adept, early Zealot just in case. Oh, but he is going to be safely getting that Adept instead. Now you don't need that Zealot if you already see that hatch first. It's okay. No one's going to be attacking you anytime soon. The Adept instead, you put it in hold position. You can actually go for the micro as well. And eventually just warp in something in the way later on. So Ranger can decide it's time to go for the attack psionic transfer, of course, giving that extra movement speed to that Shade compared to the Adept. Chrono boosting out some more probes as well. We are going to see the Stargate opening here and now for Ranger. Will this be the 1 Phoenix 2 to 3 Oracles setup? Will this be twin Oracles to rush it out? And the Zergling going to be able to infiltrate potentially the Adept being Chrono boosted out. We already see the rally point onto that lone Zergling, and this might be Santos getting the vision that he needs. This is desperate time here for Ranger. He's trying to get rid of that Zergling before he gets the scout, but the Stargate is spotted. Queens are going to be in production as well. We are going to get Carapace at the same time here for Santos. And the real question is, when are the Spore Crawlers going to come online? Because it's going to be 3 base setup here and now for our blue Zerg. Santos already having vision of this wall as well. That's the scouting Zergling paying for itself, getting taken down after its job done. And damn, 3 hatcheries here and now for our Philippine Zerg. He is going to be on that 27 drone to 33 setup though, because Santos is looking to get space over more or less the amount of units he has. No drones have gone down. The Adepts unable to really get much done. In the meantime, Overlord's getting even more scouting. This is going to be Kun realizing that he is going to get that Overlord speed just to try and run away from a few of those Stargates units, as well as maybe potential drops into the future. So for now, Spore Crawlers are coming online here for NUKS. Very simple for that defense. Oracle though, trying to get in position. Queens are there as well. It's a pair of queens. That might be a straight flush later on. But a stasis trap instead. And oh, the production line is... Wow. I love this here from Ranger. This is just so pesky. Sure, okay. You're not gonna get any kills. But at the same time, that stasis shutting down the 1 queen. One of these drones do get zapped. And this extractor is a death sentence to anyone. Penal colony perhaps here on that main base. What a showing there from Kun. I love that. That was so cheeky, and I enjoy in the wreck actions really paying off. Like the small things like mining on your opponent's mineral patches, making them move around. A stasis strap onto that mineral line, really shutting that one down potentially and figuratively lowering the income here for the Zerg. At the same time though, third base being built here for Ranger. NUKS has had enough, wants to go for the attack as well. Zealot being warped in, here comes the Adepts at the same time, and there you go. The Zergling run on by, gonna be decided to get on away instead. Oracle though, keeping an eye out. As a Pulsar Beam, Santos doesn't want to lose these Zerglings though, decide to run on away instead. Very pesky stuff here from Ranger. Stargate though, still spotted. We are going to get the Twilight Council and the Forge as well. Into ground tech we go. And basically in a PvZ setup, not my best matchup personally, but what I realized with the Stargate opening, you are able to have this complementary units. Oracle, good for lights, good for poking. Phoenix, gonna be able to be basically a stun to Graviton Beam someone up. Void Ray, very good against Roaches as well. I don't like it if you open into Void Ray, it feels a little too, what do you say, like you're anticipating too much of an attack, and it's not really the best at taking care of Overlords. It's not the fastest Sky unit, it's not good against workers, so you know, I like the Phoenix Oracle opening a lot more than anything else. Anyway, sentries in position, we are gonna see Ranger transitioning into a mech based army instead. Get that Robo, get more sentries, get some Zealots as well. And a lot of force fields, a lot of utility here and now for our red sauce. In the meantime though, Oracle yet again, here we go with the Revelation. This time the Queen gonna be able to get that kill. The overall losses here and now, that's 2 drones, 10 Zerglings here for NUKS. Still though, we are gonna get Lair Tick here for our Blue Zerg. And he is going to go into Baneling Nest as well, looking to go for a bust on down. We are going to see that movement speed for the Roaches is always an essential upgrade anytime you're going to be using those units. And sure, Baneling Nest going to get that bust. Roaches, Banelings, honestly a scary comp in the early game. Still though, we see Santos now pivoting to a more aggressive positioning rather, for this 4th base. Now, when you want to play more defensively, when you want to be playing away from your opponent and looking into the late game, you want to maybe expand here on the bottom left. As here we go with the Adept Psionic Transfer being pesky yet again. Good positioning though with the Adepts. The Zerglings on this side to go for the choose. And it's time to feast, feast, feast. Surround is there as well. And that is going to be the Adepts going down. But still, a lot of economic damage done yet again by Ranger. He's not really getting that many kills, but he is being the peskiest best of them all. The Overseer as well, trying to get on away. It spots his Twilight Council, building that charge on up. So this has to be Ranger expecting a little more in the bank from his opponent, maybe expecting attack as well. So in the meantime, we are going to see Santos getting some Roaches in his stead. So yeah, it is going to be NUKS. NUKS was like, okay, I see the Twilight Council, it is producing. And maybe he even saw it finish, so I'm like, okay, this has to be units coming my way. Timing attack, not really gonna be something to be surprised of in this instance. And Roaches and Ravagers are in position yet again. Overseer gonna be morphed in as well, just need that detection, get some more of that scouting information. And 8 minutes in, guys, not much action going on. 4 bases though, gonna be more or less the economy game in full force for both sides. Still, in all of this, Santos having that double army supply lead. He is pretty even on workers as well, as Ranger is going for that 3rd. But at the same time, it's a 4-base setup. Still though, these Phoenix hallucinations being so pesky, there's so many of them. Ranger just being the biggest bother of them all. Warp Prism set on up as well. But this is going to be a scary army here and now from Santos. Can NUKS get some value? Now the real question is, will he wait for this Warp Prism to come into position? He is going to be sending these Roaches and Ravagers in the middle line yet again. Zealots though just dropped in like flies. The Charred Lot's trying to get a pick off onto the Queen. Transfusions though are into play. And this has to be that one Queen trying to get on at. Good transfusion yet again. Healing is not harm whatsoever. But it seems like the Queen's looking to go for the healing and the harm. But one Queen might go down. No, it's going to be protected by the duo yet again. And seems like 4 Queens in every deck is really going to be a standard here for NUKS so far. In terms of units, let's check it out. 6 Queens here and now, keeping the production going, getting more and more of that larva, of that creep spread. It really isn't NUKS going for that extreme creep spread. He is going to try to slowly but surely get to his opponent's base, get to his opponent's area. But by this point in time, he is going to go for that 5th base as well. He is on 73 workers right now, really playing into that macro base, economy base setup. But by this point in time, he is maxed on knots. He will be considering, should I still drone in? He can end by around 80. 80 drones is fine. It really depends on how much minerals and gas you're going for. I think 80 is a sweet spot that you're not sacrificing army supply in that stead. Anyway, this should be Santa's going for the attack. He has a lot of minerals and gas in the back. He is basically floating minerals by this point. And what he can do is as soon as his first attack wave goes down, he can go for another one. But it seems like the attack wave gonna be the defense instead. Archon's in position here, and now there's a Phoenix as well. Ravagers, just ignoring that one. These Overseers might be dying later on. But anyway, back onto the ground we go. Colossus in the back, trying to go for the burn on down. But the Roaches just being so tanky in this instance. Graviton Beam to lift that one Ravager up. Force Field sending those Roaches and Ravagers on the offset. And overall, not a bad fight here for both. Santos not losing too much there. He only lost like, what, 20 army supply reinforced immediately with 9 Roaches and 19 Banelings in production. In the meantime, Ranger defending well. He was able to keep his Colossus alive, a little bit of a focus fire onto those 4 Roaches. And good force fields to cut off the reinforcement cycle. But here we go yet again into another fight. Because NUKS tried to go on the north-hand side. Force fields are here yet again. Doesn't get too much value this time though. Because the Banelings are able to roll on. And this time though, here comes some big force fields protecting the Stalkers and the Colossi away. And another good fight here for Ranger. He's not out of the woods yet though. He has to get some mortal wounds against his opponent because Santos having so much money in the back. Mineral, gas, good for a reinforcement cycle or another one. But still, Stalker's in position, trying to get into the front. Does he have Blink? Yes, he does. And now it's time to go for the burn on down yet again. Storm though coming online here for the Protoss. And it's a pincer attack instead from Santos. Force fields, where are they? Seems like it's not the case. One of the giraffes do go down. And it is going to be another set of force fields in the front instead. I like the ambition there from NUKS. But in the end, it really is going to be Ranger holding his ground steadfast as per usual. And now he's not overextending. He's waiting for Santos to get that second reinforcement cycle going. He is gonna wait for his disruptor as well. And now we are back into a big army versus big army situation. This is coming really close here for both situations, for both sides. Phoenix can go out in front yet again. Here comes the Nova though, and Ravagers go down easily here for Santos. That is gonna be a big hit for Ranger. Baldo coming back at Kun. And both sides, another good hit onto one another, but this time Santos on the back foot, down in that army, and really the quality of the Protoss Deathball is coming in closer and closer. Force fields absolutely huge here from Ranger. Baldo coming yet again, blink forward right here right now. Immortals as well as the Colossus trying to tank that one down. Ravager still in position, trying to go for the hits as much as possible, but the Stalkers with that push will allow Ranger to take that win. I love how he decided, the bile is coming, it's time to go for the push. And when you see the Zerg basically on even in numbers, he is not even at all.